Hey kids, how's everybody out there in YouTube land this evening, huh? Windy day here in paradise, that's for sure. Wind's been blowing, the boat's been bouncing around. You probably hear wind noise in the microphone right now. But it's just been kind of a windy day here today. Here's the view of the harbor. See, it's a little choppy in here, even in this nice protected harbor. Still kind of windy and choppy out here, so everybody's dinghies are bouncing around, and I seen on the net someone's dinghy had floated by, was over in the mangroves earlier. Oh, people are just sitting on their boats holding tight today. Hey Rejects, hey Dan, what's going on, man? I mean, it's still a beautiful day. Took the dog for a walk this morning, you know, no problems with that. And did our usual business and got back down here to the boat. It's just been, just been doing my real estate stuff all day. So just been working. Hey Pilot, what's going on? Hello David, how are you? Yeah, it is kind of rough today, man. The boat's been bouncing around. It's been hard to do anything on the boat today. I was gonna try to do some bottom cleaning and stuff, but as you can see, we're just way too animated here in the harbor. Too much bouncing around going on, so we decided to just sort of lay low and focus on stuff down below today. So, hey Martin, number 5th, Martin's 5th. All right, well there you go. There you go, Pilot. I don't know if you can hear this over the wind, but this one's for you, buddy. There you go. My evening brewski. Give us this day our daily beer. Cheers, cheers to all you guys out there. Cheers, man. Hope you guys are having a good evening. You got it. All right, good deal. Yeah, nothing really exciting or entertaining or even interesting today. You know, didn't do anything really fun. Really nothing that I could write home about, nothing that I could talk about, nothing that I could share, but had good conversation with good people today. That was, I guess that's about all I can sum it up, is that I had good conversations with good people today. So yeah, and the best part of the day is now here at Beer 30. What was it, 7 o'clock at night, about a half hour before sunset. You can see in the camera angle we had a bit ago there, the sun's trying to set, although the wind seems to be coming right out of the east and blowing pretty good. We really wasn't showing this much wind today, but boy, it's been blowing pretty good all day today. I'm glad I'm not trying to go anywhere. 7:18. Okay, give us this day our daily bread. Or 7:18, is that the time? Is it 7:18? I'm a little late, not too bad. Hey, you know, a guy's got to do what a guy's got to do, you know? Hey Marie, how you doing, sweetie? Oh, guy's got to do what a guy's got to do. If I come on a little late, well, I come on a little late, so be it. You know? Of course, leave it to old Pilot to be the clock to Scuba. You know, he's gonna be, oh, you're late, 7:19. Normally I get phone calls from people or messages. You going live tonight, or what's going on, blah, blah, blah. People harassing me. Nobody harassed me tonight, so that was pretty good. Oh, man. Yeah, not really anything exciting going on. Been hearing a lot of chat on the harbor. I was talking to a fella earlier today. I guess he had arrived in the harbor just a couple days ago, and I didn't say shit. I know, I'm just giving you a hard time, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. Hey Andy, what's going on? Anyhow, he just arrived in the harbor a couple days ago and said that when he got here, you know, he tried for a mooring ball. I guess there was like 15 or 18 or, you know, some number like that of people ahead of him waiting for a mooring ball. And here 2 days later, he got his mooring ball. Well, what happens here is a weather window will open up And a whole lot of boats that are planning on heading out to the Bahamas or heading up the west coast of Florida or wherever they're planning on going, they will all be waiting for that weather window. As soon as we have a weather window, they all take off. Well, with as high winds we've got right now, we do not have a weather window. Everyone's just sitting tight. So nobody wants to go out in 5, 6, 7 foot seas and be trying to sail. You know, people just don't do that. So I'm sure some trash person will say, "Oh, that's what you want. You want big winds so you fill your sail, you can go fast." No, you don't. Cruisers and these cruiser sailors, they don't want that. They want 1 to 2 foot seas, nice 5 to 8 mile an hour wind. They can sail along 5 knots, 6 knots. They're happy as a pig. You know, these people aren't into setting records. They're trying to take care of their boats, make them last the rest of their life. They're taking it easy on the rig. They're not stressing their boat. These aren't race boats. These are big old fat cows. They're not race boats. These are big old comfy homes. That'd be like, you know, going out and buying a C-Class Winnebago and then trying to drive it in Indianapolis 500. They don't do that. Not sane people, anyway. Oh, well, enough rant for the day. Anywho, pretty quiet day today. I had, culinarily, I had another historical reenactment. I like that phrase. A culinary historical reenactment. Most people refer to that as leftovers. Yeah, so we had leftover cold fried chicken wings. I finished off the rest of the chicken wings I had from yesterday. So that and a little macaroni salad went pretty good. Had a little picnic for dinner basically. So yep, leftovers. Made myself some French toast and sausage for breakfast. That came out pretty good. I forgot to buy vanilla when I was at the grocery store. I forgot to buy vanilla. I have to put that on my list. I like to pour a little vanilla into the eggs and cinnamon when I whip it up for making French toast. I forgot the vanilla, so still pretty good French toast. So, what's your favorite dinner meal while you're sailing? Boy, anything I don't have to cook. Favorite dinner meal, going ashore for a cheeseburger. Yeah, I'm not, favorite meal is anything I don't have to cook on the boat. Oh, that's a cop-out though. I don't know, let me see. Favorite food while I'm on the boat. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, you know, if the economy was available for it, a combination of doing some shrimp and lobster on the grill would probably be my favorite thing. A little shrimp and lobster on the grill on a bed of linguine with linguine, garlic, and oil. That would probably be my all-time favorite thing to have while on the boat. Would be shrimp and lobster on a bed of linguine. Because you can do them on the grill. They come out pretty good on the grill. I know, although you can't get too small a shrimp because they'll fall in the grill. You need a pretty good sized shrimp for that. But shrimp on the bobby, as the Australians would put it. Shrimp on the bobby. Numerous flocks of migratory waterfowl, birds. Okay. Freshly caught fish is delicious. Yes, it can be. Yes, it can be. It depends on the fish, of course, but yes, it can be. So, anywho, you can see we get a lot of waves blowing in the harbor. Of course, right now you're looking at all the big boats. That's the big boat department. Most of those guys aren't rocking the catamarans, the big trawlers. They're not bouncing around very much. A new SV channel to me, Parlay Revival. Young New Zealand fellow reviving a lagoon. 450 after Hurricane Irma. Sailing the Caribbean, check it out. Oh, there you go. That could be fun. Boy, a lagoon 450, that's a lot of catamaran. 45-foot lagoon. That's got the twin 75s in it. That's a lot of boat to fix up. Somebody's got a big budget. You know, that's a $700,000-800,000 boat. I imagine even damaged after the storm, depending on how badly damaged it was. I mean, if it's viable, probably still a $200,000 or $300,000 haul. Is that the hydraulic lift 45 or the fixed stern? They have the Lagoon 450. They have one version of that actually uses a hydraulic lift system in lieu of dinghy davits. It'll actually lift the. He's in it for $187,000 so far. Wow. Okay. Well, that's only $185,000 more than I spent for my boat, Martin. Yeah. That's $185,000 more than I've invested so far in the Lily too. You know, hey, there's room out here for every size pocketbook, everybody. There's room for every size pocketbook. Whether you're a little guy like me with no money, you're out here sailing on a couple grand or a couple $100,000 or 20 grand or 2 million, whatever your deal is, you know. I'll probably take this around so you guys can see a bit of the sunset. You can see a little bit of the flame over there, getting a little color on the clouds. Not too bad. And it does the same thing, it floats. That's right, Pilot, it floats. And frankly, for $2,000, I've got a pretty nicely equipped little comfy boat right here. You know? Got a place to keep the beer cold, got a comfortable warm bed to sleep in, the boat's dry, got a nice little dinghy for getting around, you know, all of that's good stuff. So was threatening to rain, but I haven't seen any of that yet so far. Oh, any seekers on your boat today? Yeah, actually I did get some more inquiries today, so Sunset was interesting. Yeah, he was an engineer on super yachts for 10 years to save up to play the game. Oh, there you go, yeah. And being an engineer on those super yachts, that pays big bucks. So he obviously has a lot of experience and skill set, so it should be interesting to watch him fix it up. So, and a few place to lay your head, a few good friends. That's right, Pilot. That's exactly right. So, can you guys even hear me over the wind, or is the wind just atrocious right now? It's blowing pretty good out here, even though I'm in the lee of the cockpit here. It's still blowing pretty good out here. As you can probably tell from my dew, I don't know if you can see that, but noisy, yeah. My hair is all blowing this way. Gotta put it back where it's supposed to be. You can see the wind is just turning it all over the place. Oh well. You can really hear the wind blowing through the rigging too, that sound. Pretty wild. And really, I don't see hardly anybody going anywhere in the harbor. Everyone's holding tight on their boat. I don't see a lot of dinghy traffic. People aren't coming, usually at this hour, you know, people are going back and forth and whatever. I don't think I've seen but one boat go by since I started the live stream. What are we into this? 13 minutes, I haven't seen but one boat go by yet. Too bouncy out there, nobody wants to go anywhere. My cooler that I keep in my dinghy, I can see the lid on it's all wet from water splashing up on it, so I hear you fine, but there is some wind noise for sure. Okay. Snowing up in Quebec. Well, I'm glad I'm not in Quebec. Glad I'm not in Quebec. Actually, the wind's supposed to pick up this evening. It's going to get even bouncier tonight. I guess we're going up to like 17 to 20 mile an hour sustained. Gust up in the 30s, so I do hear some concorn blowing. What time is it? 7:31, something like that. Oh, I do enjoy that cold beer. So anyhow, what is there to talk about today, huh? Anything? You know what I was thinking about doing? I thought about going to Facebook, the Facebook, and seeing what the headlines were on the Facebook, and see what there was on there worth commenting about. maybe I should go to Yahoo. 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 Anyhow. Come on, phone, bring it up. Here we go. My phone's slower than it's not. It really is, so. Okay, so I guess my daughter-in-law posted on Facebook, sort of funny, it's a Krispy Kreme donut box as an April Fool's joke. And when you lift the lid and inside, there's a bunch of cut up vegetables and some what do you call it? French dressing, you know, the dressing to dip into. So that's kind of funny, I guess. It says this is how workplace violence starts. So what is the hoop all about? I'm hearing about. No idea what hoop you're talking about, man. What hoop? Ooh, picture of a kid saying, "Thanks for the iPad, Grandma." Only Grandma spelt it E-Y-E-P-A-D. Gave him a Band-Aid. A guy here in Buki Harbor was saying there was a little miscommunication between him and his wife. Apparently they left clothes in the dryer last Thursday. They left a whole load of clothes in the dryer and now have lost a bunch of clothing. People apparently aren't telling him where it is, or he's trying to find out where it is, whatever, anyhow. So I have a sister of mine who likes playing Farmville, so she's got a post in there about that. Fun stuff. Oh man. I guess a lot of people are having issues with Facebook today, so I don't know. Yeah, look at this. Huh. I guess there's a lot of people complaining about Facebook being a problem today. I didn't know Facebook was a problem today for people. Just goes to show you how much I stay disconnected from everybody. So imagine that. Hard to believe. Imagine that, social media not working for people. I always laugh when I see that kind of nonsense. I'm like, really? People, get a grip. Get a life, you know? Oh well, that's it for the news on the net. Nothing else of any interest on there. Catching up on my Facebook stuff. Keeping in contact with friends and family. I guess that's important stuff for us all to do, but at some point I think this social media is just really nonsense. So the loop, the Great Loop, okay. Okay, it was the national news, Facebook and Instagram. Oh, okay, it was, huh? All right. Down there in 2 weeks. Trailer my 21-foot chaparral down from Wisconsin. Well, there you go. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Not much to talk about tonight. There just really isn't anything here exciting going on today at all. So we'll have to see how things are going. You'll be streaming the Buki Harbor Net this week. I don't know, maybe. Depends. Just depends. I don't know. We'll see. I may or may not. Just depends on how busy I am and what I'm working on. It's not a priority for me right now. I have my work to take care of, and that's my priority. So. Ooh, I guess a cop in Colorado was killed by a historic blizzard. I guess a police officer in Colorado died as a result of the blizzard. I just saw I just had a little news blip come across on my phone. So there's some breaking news for you. How does a cop get killed by weather? Get his car stuck and freeze to death? I don't know. I don't know. Are balls still available? No, not right now. I think there's 13 boats waiting for a ball right now. Last I heard, something like that. So, nope. No, I generally speaking, I have no problem with people smoking cannabis. I just don't. So, he got hit by a car while responding to one of the many accidents. Wow, that sucks. Yeah. Occupational hazard. I got a ship position here. Yeah, that's an occupational hazard. You know, when you're a cop, you're responding to stuff. I had a friend of mine, when I lived in Montana, there was a lady who was on our highway patrol in our area, and she was, oh man, my back hurts. She was a highway patrol officer, and she was responding down the Parks Highway, and was running down the Parks Highway trying to respond to a motor vehicle accident. And she got to the main intersection there in Immigrant, Montana, and even though she was running code, lights and sirens as she was heading south, a woman who wasn't paying much attention in a minivan pulled out in front of her. And she just plowed into that minivan, just broadsided the minivan. And of course, she was doing probably 65 miles an hour when she hit the van. Anyhow, the lady from the van was thrown out of the van, and so this officer got out of her car, which was completely demolished, and ran over. And when I got to the scene, and I was one of the first people, if not the first responder to the scene, because it wasn't too far from my house, the officer was on top of the woman doing chest compressions on the woman, trying to save the woman's life. And the officer didn't realize that she had broken both bones right here in her arm. And even though her left arm was flopping around, she had flopped her left hand on and then covered it with her right hand, and then was pushing it down that way, doing chest compressions on this woman with one broken arm. Ballsiest thing I've seen anybody do for a long time. And so I had nothing but respect for the highway patrol, but I thought that was pretty amazing. Of course, she felt really guilty afterwards because the woman in the van died, and she's the one who hit her. She was running code and trying to respond to another accident, but, you know, a lot of questions had to be answered there about whether it was prudent to be going that fast through the area. I mean, of course, anytime there's an accident, everybody starts asking questions about everything. So, I don't know, see how all that panned out. I think in the long and short of it, she was found to be okay, and that she didn't do anything wrong, but there was a certain animosity in the community after that about the woman that was killed. I guess the woman that was killed had young children and stuff. So anyhow, what do we got going on here in the chat? Let me see. So you got hit by a car. Okay. I bought a new backlit keyboard today with the optional chat vac. Expensive. What is a chat vac? I have no idea what that is. Yeah, you can still anchor here in the area. Do many people stay on the balls there during hurricane season, or do they get out of there? Both. Some people stay, some people leave. Boeing 37 MAX 7 and 8 were grounded today in the U.S., as they should be. Going to look into and see if I can get an opportunity to try it. Okay. Firearms okay at the marina? I don't know. I've never said anything about anybody. Hurricane season starts in the summertime. Rinse with fresh water when you're done, David. Okay. Okay. Oh man. Anyhow, what if you were doing something like a loop? How often would you have to pull it out in order to? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Chat vac gets rid of trolls quick. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun, huh? Yeah, wouldn't that be nice to have a troll button? You just, you know, whenever a troll materializes, you. Well, wait a minute, I have that. It's called a delete key. I do have a troll button, don't I? Yes. It's called the block key and the delete key and whatever. It's a great feature. Oh man. Anyhow, I'm looking to still on the boat when hurricane season comes. Are you going to stick it out and make? No, I'm going to have the boat out of here by hurricane season. I'm not going to put my boat at risk during hurricane season. I will relocate the boat out of the area during hurricane season. So, round 2, guys. Cheers. Anyhow, what else is there to talk about? Really nothing. There was really nothing interesting on the net today. Man, it was a short net. I mean, like 20 minutes the net was over. It was a real short net, so. Trolls. Hi, dog. How are you? Huh? What do you want? What do you want? Huh? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? No, you don't need to get on me. You don't need to be on top of me. Go lay down. Kennel. Come on. Miss Lily's bored. She's trying to find something to do. Speed day, ride. You would hope it would be sold by then. This boat, yes. This boat will be sold fairly soon, actually. But we'll see, so. Huh, there is an empty mooring ball over there. But I'm sure somebody's going to get reassigned. Dog, what are you doing? Don't knock into the camera. You would have to go far to be out of hurricane areas. Not really. Just go to the south end of the Caribbean. Belize, the Rio Dulce and Guatemala, that area. That's where most people go to during hurricane season. They go to Belize or Rio Dulce. You could be there in, I don't know, 5-6 days probably. Go around Cuba and blow past Jamaica. Cut right across the Caribbean Sea. Could do it. Might be the thing to do. Might be the thing to do to head north too. It just depends on where the hurricane's coming from, what it's going to do. So, wow, that's a lot of fuel, man. Depends on the size of the hurricane. Well, that's true. That's true. But places like Belize and you know, the Rio Dulce down in Guatemala and those areas, as a general rule, they don't get hit by hurricanes. The hurricanes come up and go north of there. So. Cruise ships do it all the time. Yeah, you can drive around them, but cruise ships have a lot more power and speed than most sailboats. Yeah, more than most sailboats. Yeah, it's pretty safe here. It's a pretty good hurricane hole here in Buki Harbor. It really is. It's a nice surrounded area. It's a pretty good hurricane hole. So the problem is storm surge when the water comes up too high, and then it really doesn't matter. So, and unless you get a really big sad storm like Irma, you know, Armageddon did a lot of damage here. But prior to Armageddon, this area had gone, you know, 15 years without being hit by a bad storm. So it's not like every year a hurricane comes through and trashes the Florida Keys. So. Last year it got, you know, it got hit, but not bad at all. But you know, Irma took out a lot of boats. What a lot of the people do here in the harbor is they run back into there. That's Boot Key Harbor. That's Boot Key. That mangroves over there. That's called Boot Key. And there's a couple streams that go back up in there. And so what a lot of people will do is they'll take their boats way back up inside the mangroves and then tie their boat off to all the mangroves inside there. Put a labyrinth of lines up around your boat in different directions to secure it. So, I get strong once in the Gulf Keys, relatively safe. Okay. Well, Ed, you wouldn't have known that by Irma. Irma pretty well destroyed the Keys, and of course last year some of the storms took out a lot of the Caribbean. So. Irma destroyed most of the mooring field. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It tore up the area completely. So, well, anyhow, kids, listen, there just isn't really a whole lot more to talk about tonight. I'm actually looking forward to going down below and got a movie queued up for this evening. So I'm going to go down and put on a movie and make some popcorn and relax this evening a little bit. I do have some phone calls I have to make, some business phone calls I have to make. So I don't want to do them until it gets too late. Now that the time change has happened, you know, my live streams are getting pretty late in the evening now. So I want to get down below and get to my business calls before it gets too late. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. But anyhow, listen, kids, you guys be good and be careful and take good care of one another. Sorry I'm doing kind of a short live stream for everybody this evening, but I've got some work I got to do. So we'll have more for you guys tomorrow.